So with the what's some other characters in it? You've told me a few. Is there Fletcher Wren? Who's Fletcher Wren?
He's a teleporter.
Okay.
So
what does that mean? What does that mean?
He can like disappear in one place, appear in another.
Oh, okay, yeah.
But he can only do it to where he's been before.
Oh, so go back and forth sort of thing.
Yeah. So if he's been inside a bank vault,
yes,
he can just go back to that bank vault.
Oh, okay, okay. So he couldn't go somewhere else.
He can't, if he hasn't like been in Australia, he can't teleport to Australia.
Oh, I see. Okay, yeah.
And
there's so many rules, isn't there?
There is.
Yes.
It's very complex.
And he's a natural born teleporter.
Okay.
So he didn't have any training, and he can do it.
So can you go and get trained to do that? Because I want to go.
If you were born.
Oh, darn. I thought it was like a school. I was going to go.
And also, so in the third book, which is he's introduced there.
Yes.
The bad guys are killing all the adult teleporters because they've been trained and they can stop because Fletcher Wren can open the portal to the faceless ones.
Right.
And
the faceless ones are not nice, are they?
No, they're just... So, without a host, they're just like sparkly substances in the air.
Well, have they got to, like, possess someone? Is that what you mean?
Yeah, because they possess people by a mark that's like daggers and blood.
Oh.
And then that's how they use them.
Oh, wow.
And so they're killing off...
I'm glad it's got funny lines in it, Oliver.
And so they're killing off all the professional teleporters.
Okay.
Because they can stop it.
Yeah.
And they force Fletcher Wren to open it.
Okay.
The portal. But
so other people can go through, you mean?
No, only the faceless ones can come out, or people can go in.
Oh, okay, okay.
And when they eventually get the last faceless one, because they use the script, which is SCREPT.
I need to write that down. It's S C
R
yeah
E
yeah
P T.
And that's a script.
Yeah, it's like a wooden bamboo pole.
Right.
With like a black crystal in the hill, in the bottom.
Okay, and there's none of these are illustrations. So you're picturing all this from what you're reading.
Yes.
Oh, cool.
And also in America, they're actually releasing some books like about the script, the faceless ones, stuff like that, to actually get to know your Scott O'Neill Pleasant.
So they're going to
introduce the script.
Actually do. Like a lot of these books, particularly the really complex ones,
yes,
they'll come out with a guide.
Yeah.
So they'll come out with a guide that talks about just the characters or talks about particular tools that the characters use.
Really?
Yeah, so there's a website on Scott O'Neill Pleasant, and it's got like meet the characters. It's got a bit about Derek Landy. It's got a Derek Landy interviewing Scott O'Neill Pleasant.
So how old? What do you think the age range is for the book?
I'd say about 10-year-olds to about 16-year-olds.
So how come you're reading it, Oliver? You're not 10 yet.
Well, I'm turning 10 this year.
Oh, okay, so you got it early.
Yes.
So who would you be if you were going to be one of the characters?
I would be Fletcher Wren.
Oh, and
which means I'll never be late for school again.
I hear
and
you.
It's been happening infrequently.
Yes, I can be a bit late. I understand.
Yes.
If that's what he can do, I want to be him as well.
And so
how many more books do you think there'll be? You say that there's one coming out. What's that one coming out again?
Mortal Coil.
And do you know if there's going to be any more at this stage, or have
Not
they
yet.
said? They don't
They
say.
haven't said yet.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm hoping there's more.
For sure.
Would you like to meet Derek Landy one day?
Yes.
Do you want him to come to the shop?
Yes.
And then I can interview him. So does each of the books, so there's 5 books. Now, does each of the book carry on to the same story, or are they completely different stories in each book?
It's really a mixture of both, because the first book is about a year before the second book, which is 11 months before... 6 months before the third.
So is it
book.
going back in time?
No, it's going forward.
Oh, sorry, yeah.
And then the third book to the fourth book is 11 months.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
but when they get the faceless ones back in their realm, they take Scott O'Neill Pleasant. So he stays with the faceless ones for 11 months, and the faceless
Like,
ones.
is he captured or is he staying there? Like, does
well,
he? Is
he's been
look at the-
dragged in,
Right.
and so every night they take body parts off him,
Oh.
and then they give him time to put himself back together, and then they come back.
Oh, wow.
and do it again.
So when you say they're faceless ones, does that mean they have no face?
Exactly.
Wow.
And it's just like when they possess someone, it's like wax that their face goes all waxy, and then
Of the
it's just
person
like-
they possess?
Yeah, and
Yep.
there's just like skin, no face.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
So how would you
And-
know, like, if they're happy or sad?
I wouldn't say they would ever be happy or sad. I'd say
Oh, okay.
they're always just evil.
Nasty.
Oh, so they've got no redeeming qualities
And
at all.
yeah, and so while Scudaria Pleasant's there, he's like he's an element, which means he can control wind, fire, water, and air.
So you can control all
Yeah.
those things.
So
Wow.
he can, so wind, fire, water, earth, and
Yes.
he can but most elements can't fly and stuff. But while he's there, he learns how to fly. He learns how to make a barrier so that his figments of imagination can't touch him. But the
Well, I
faceless ones
didn't
can
know.
just go
I
straight
did not
through.
know that a skeleton could do so much. Without a body, look at all he can do without a body. My goodness.
He's just his bones in a
A bag
suit.
of bones.
That's how he actually came back. He came back in as like a bag of bones in the river, and he had to put himself back together.
So this never gave you any nightmares.
No,
Have you been? It sounds like you've been like actually seeing the movie in your head.
yes,
Have you? You could actually direct the movie, probably.
Well, that means it's very well written, though, doesn't it, Oliver? Because
Yeah.
if you can picture it so clearly, then it must be very well written.
So with magic, you've got teleporters. Mm-hmm. You can only be born for a teleporter.
Right.
You've got the ancients, who were the first mages,
Right. Sounds like a fantasy book.
and then the ancients actually started the teleporters, the elements, and I'm going to have to say this slowly, Nemomancers. I don't know. I can't
Oliver,
remember.
can I please ask you to say that 10 times?
So they get like a cloak or a walking stick or a ring or something
Yeah.
that they would carry around with them all the time.
Yeah.
And then with that they control shadow.
Okay.
And Valkyrie Kane, she starts off as an elemental, but when Scudaria Pleasant's taken into the faceless ones, she's actually a mixture of both the elemental and the Nemomancer.
Wow.
So-
well, I'm pretty impressed with how you're describing this and the words. I couldn't get my mouth around some of these words. So would you recommend these books to other kids?
Yeah, and
Are they for both boys and girls?
I wouldn't say so much girls, but if the girls are into, like, the girly action and...
Like Go Girl and that, do you mean?
Yeah, so, like, it's sort of like a mixture of boy and girl action.
Okay.
Because it's Scudaria Pleasant and Valkyrie Kane are very well trained, and Tenethor is really a really good character. And there's a tailor who's a friend of Scudaria's called Ghastly Beastbulk, and he got scars all over his head,
Wow.
and he's a really good tailor, and he's also an elemental.
Well, I don't think we need to give any more away, Oliver, because people will know the books.
This is a funny bit though.
All right, let's finish on the funny bit.
There was a white cleaver. Cleavers are like super army people,
Oh, okay.
and he was
So that's a character.
made evil.
Oh.
But they actually controlled him in the end. But before, when he first started being evil, he tried to chop Ghastly's head off, but Ghastly turned himself into a statue, and he stayed a statue till the fourth book. And he turned
So
into
from the first book?
to the first book to the fourth book.
Wow. So did he do anything as a statue? Did you?
No, he just
stayed a statue.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, wow. Well, I think there's a lot going on in that book. So tell me again the name of the fifth book that's coming out.
Scudaria Pleasant Mortal Coil, and that's coming out this September.
And I know who'll be first in line. Thank you very much, Oliver. And the name of the series again is?
Scudaria Pleasant,
And the author?
Derek Landy.
You're listening to Creative Corner with Denise, Jackie and Oliver.